Week. Well, stepping outside this evening, here's a live look in Fort Smith from the Marshals Museum. This shot is so gorgeous, especially on a day like today. Blue skies, some puffy clouds out there, Matt, but it looks like we're going right back to summer.
Summer's back. Summer is back, and it's here to stay for the majority of this week. Today's first week of fall, but more like last week was false fall in a different way. With some days it was a little bit cooler with some of the showers and thunderstorms that we had, but this heat dome's coming back, and I tell you what, it feels even a little bit warmer because of some of the extra rainfall that we picked up. Maybe you didn't pick up the most, but maybe your neighbors did, or a city close by, and so that extra humidity is still hanging around, and that's going to allow this heat dome to flourish and just kind of help inch up that feels like temperature. Right now we're in the 80s, and we even had some low 90s earlier this afternoon, but it felt more like 92 or 93 at times. Remember, points this weekend, it was feeling like it was 100 degrees on the first day of fall. So it looks like this thing's here to stay for a while. And when you're looking north, you see a couple fronts. You see one over Minneapolis. You see another one hitting the Pacific coast right now there towards Seattle. But the problem is, as long as this heat dome stays where it is, it's not as big as the ones we've had earlier this summer. It's smaller. It's not as intense, but it's just strong enough that once these fronts come in, they kind of hit the front and then they got to go around. So once they get close to Denver, they've got to actually go north to Rapid City. So we are stuck in this pattern for this week. Here's a closer look at home. You don't see a lot going on. We had a couple puffy clouds this afternoon, maybe one or two left over this evening, but those are fading away as the heat starts to die down. Hey, we're still at 90 in Fort Smith. We even have a little bit of a northerly wind. You don't feel it very much, but it doesn't feel like there is even a north wind because of the extra humidity that's out there because of the rainfall. But the rainfall is also helping us in the fall leaf department, which coming up tonight at 10, we'll take a closer look at how that's going to impact the timing of the peak and how colorful the fall leaves be. We'll take a closer look at that. But it's 89 right now, parts of Logan County and Franklin County, and then of course you head right to Fort Smith where it's 90 degrees. So the rest of this evening, it's warm. I think by 7 o'clock we'll finally get back into the 70s in northwest Arkansas, 60s by 9. In the River Valley, we'll fall to the 70s by about 8 o'clock, but we may not hit the 60s until closer to midnight tonight. And that's where we'll end up tomorrow morning. We'll start tomorrow morning in the 60s. Now, a lot of us had some fog this morning. Boy, it was thick. There could be a little patchy fog tomorrow morning, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as bad as it was yesterday. And then carbon copy forecast for the afternoon. Lots of sunshine for your Tuesday, highs in the 80s and sometimes even the 90s. When you look at Futurecast, not a lot is going on. You'll see the wind kind of switch around a little bit every once in a while, not really making a difference in our forecast, but it'll be just kind of turning around the dial. We'll have temperatures well back into the 80s and 90s tomorrow. And no rain in the forecast this week. Zero, nothing, nada, all the way through the weekend. We're going to wait till maybe next week because when you look at the jet stream patterns, we don't really have anything coming at us. There's a big one to the north, but with that high pressure here, it's not going to be able to come at us and bring us anything. So until then, we're talking about lots of sunshine and temperatures over and over again, saying the 80s. And sometimes our graph makes it look like it's a little bit cooler by the weekend, but it's not. It's like a degree cooler. You know, we've got 90s planned pretty much every single day this week.
I just noticed that about our graphics.
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
They do that. We have it automatically set to kind of make it really emphasize when there's a cool down. But when you go from 90, 90, 99 to 89, it doesn't work so well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's almost guaranteed when you have the state fair, it's going to be in the 90s.
Oh, you know it. Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matt.
A record number of paws on patrol out in L.A. We'll tell you why all these pups hit the red carpet.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, major highway danger. Semi-trucks parked along ramps pose a deadly threat to drivers. What's being done to expand parking for trucks and